That's going to be pretty difficult. It's going to be pretty difficult to deal with. Okay, so could I... Yeah, I think I'm just getting used to this weapon. There we go. I think I'm actually getting used to it a little bit more now. Hello, Reformers, and welcome back to Freeman. Now, when we left off, we were just taking on some bandits and leveling up our guys. Now, I don't know whether you've seen, but if you are playing this game alongside me, or if you're just paying attention to the updates of this game, then you will know that there is a new update coming very, very soon. And let me just say that the new update looks even more interesting than the last. I don't know how they do it, but the developers of this game really know how to pique my interest like nothing else. And it's kind of creepy. It's kind of creepy, but in a good way. Anyway, as you can see, we are in a battle. I'm going to talk a little bit more about the changes that are forthcoming in just a second. Just going to make sure that my forces are all reasonably deployed. And let me just say that the new changes are going to shake up the squad management even more than they did with the previous changes. And so, basically, what is going to happen? Well, what's going to happen is the squads are going to be completely customizable from what I can see from the screenshots and indeed from what they've said in the just, quick update post or whatever it is. And basically, it's going to mean that we will be able to completely customize our squads however we want. So there will be a small section on the party menu that will have all of our unassigned squad units in a little window, and then you can take those unassigned units, no matter who they are or what they are. So for example, I could have an ARF Spec Ops member, and I could have an FCA Juggernaut Squad member, and I could decide, hey, okay, I'd like to have those in a squad together. And that's exactly what you can do, and I am blown away by that, because you can imagine the implications of it. You can basically take one of the snipers from the Poznan Sniper Squad, and then you can pair it with another of those snipers, and you can just make, in general, insane, amazing parties that are capable of doing all kinds of heroic stuff. And that is going to be pretty amazing. And on top of that, they've also been working on making the heavy artillery work. And so you can imagine how fun that's going to be. They've also improved the amount of bugs that they've fixed, various other gameplay changes and fixes, and then of course they've also added a couple more details to, well, shall we say that they've made the details menu a little clearer and better. So in other words, that thing where you're gonna level up and stuff, and you kind of don't know exactly what a particular skill does. So let's say that I'm looking at strategy or something along those lines, and I'd like to find out what that does. Well, right now it doesn't really tell me, but in the new update, it's going to tell you exactly what each skill does, or at the very least, give you a little bit more of an idea than it does now. And they've also fixed a various amount of the weapons and scopes as well, so hopefully I'll be able to use my Scar again. That would be pretty cool, because I absolutely love that weapon. Not to say that this weapon isn't good, because I'm actually enjoying using this weapon as well. But, it's nice to use the weapon that you invested quite a bit of cash in. So anyway, we're going to continue to charge. I think this is actually a bad idea. Let's just charge over this way, because I feel like these enemies right here, they're probably going to be around here somewhere maybe already, because, they're going to be moving pretty fast. Anyway, apart from the complete and utter customization of your squads, you're going to be able to do that with your companions as well. So just think about it. Let's say that we have, technically, I'm going to use their default names. Let's say that we have Ivan and Anna back with us, because obviously Ivan has disappeared for some reason. Don't know why that is, but hopefully he's going to be back. If he's not, then that doesn't matter so much. I mean, not to say that I don't value him as a companion, but I'm just saying in general, it would be kind of cool to take Anna and put her in her own squad if we so desire. Or we can put her with us, or with someone else, or whatever. And it's, in my opinion, really cool to have that kind of customization. I don't think in any other game that I have played they allow you to customize the squads like that, with the exception of maybe XCOM or something like that. But XCOM is a little bit more focusing on the individual efforts of individual units, you know what I mean? So if you look at XCOM, you're kind of like, oh well, I'm gonna get very attached, you know, I'm gonna get very attached to these units, and I suppose that's also going to make things much harder, and maybe that might have severe implications for someone like me, because obviously I don't want to say that I'm awful, but when it comes to like saving people and making sure that they survive through various, you know, encounters and things, I don't necessarily take the utmost care when it comes to making sure that they live. So if that is indeed going to have an implication, then it's obviously going to be very heavy and maybe a bit difficult to deal with. But anyway, as you can see here, we're quite far away from Lubny. Always when I load in, I'm all the way like over there somewhere, and I've got to come all the way over here every time, which is okay. I don't mind that so much. And what we're going to do is we're going to make our way over and sell our stuff, because there's a huge amount of things that we have in our inventory right now, and I'd like to be able to save most of that. And yeah, this is exactly what I mean. Details right here. All of these... yeah, it's going to be nice. I mean, yeah, your strategy actually does tell you what it does, obviously, but it doesn't exactly tell you what you need to gain strategy points, or indeed it doesn't tell you how many strategy points you're going to gain. So that's the kind of thing that they're going to be clarifying. Now, I need to find out, what does this actually use? 5.56 standard? Right, okay, so I'm going to have to sell these things before I can do anything else here. But what I wanted to do on this screen was actually show you, or at least just mention, that in the next update they are also adding a perk system. And I know that many of you are very interested in, you know, customizing your units even further and making it so that ranks, and indeed, you know, when they upgrade and level up and gain additional combat experience, those are associated to perks. I think that could be really cool, actually, because let's say that my troops right here, let's say that these guys right here, that they've earned 3 perk points, and they're able to spend those perk points on any of the perks that are in their respective perk trees, or whatever it may be. And I think that could be an even better way of forming attachments with your squads. But obviously, as I say, you know, I'm talking about, you know, XCOM forming extremely good bonds with your soldiers, you know, because when you send them into battle against the aliens and everything, you're just like, oh, I really hope they don't die. I really hope X soldier doesn't die, because he slash, yes, if I could say slash she, it's because it's a slash followed by she, you know, it's like shh, you know, this, whatever. Anyway, you get it. Point is, sending in a soldier and then being like, I hope they don't die, you know, I hope they don't die, because that's my favorite, you know, that's the kind of thing that I'm talking about. And I'm going to be a bit worried about it, to be honest, because again, with the customization of the squads, it's going to be one of those things where you're kind of like, oh, I have this favorite squad, and I don't want to send them in for fear of them dying or something like that. But obviously, if you customize them appropriately, this is actually a fantastic weapon. As far as I'm aware, someone actually told me that the R3 is absolutely amazing. So I'm actually going to be buying this right now, and I'm going to swap it for the RPKM, because I don't actually use that anymore. And yeah, anyway, the point is that if we were going to do that, then we're obviously gonna let's just have a little bit of a look at that, because I'm kind of liking the speculation that we've got going on here. Even though it's not interactive, you can always comment about what you think about the upcoming changes and so on and so forth. But let's just say, okay, let's just say that this party right here has no one in it, right? So it's just a normal squad with no one in it. And let's say we want to take this guy from the FCA Juggernaut squad, the middle guy from there, and let's say we want to take the middle guy from here and the middle guy from here, even though they were all basically the same because they were all using the same weapons and things like that. But let's say that we're going to do that, and then this squad is going to have 3 members, and they're all going to be different units. So you're going to have that customized squad with all those different units in it. And I'm going to say that in general, that's probably gonna make a huge difference to how much you're able to do, because let's say that, I don't know, let's say that you have a shock trooper squad full of FCA units, because they're usually much better at close combat than most factions. But let's also say that you want to have them go in with a little bit of extra heavy infantry support. So let's say that you know, put in 3 FCA units and 2 ARF units, and then you're going to have a mixture of FCA and ARF. And that makes quite a bit of sense as well as we go in against these 2-star terrorists. This is going to be maybe a bit difficult, but yes. Anyway, that's the point. If you send those guys in, it's going to give you a little bit more of a sense that you have. I don't know, it's less of a sort of faction orientation, you know what I mean? So like, for example, you're not just using FCA units, you're not just using ARF units, you're using your units, you know? So it's your units instead of those factions' units. And I think that makes a huge difference to the attachment that you're going to have with your squads. And then it's going to be even more painful when they die, or if they die, because they might not even die. It really depends. They might not even die. So here we go. We're gonna go in here, and I'm gonna. Oh, wait a minute. Can I change my weapon right now? I forgot. I forgot to do this. Come on. Yeah. Can I change it? I think I changed it. Yeah, I think I changed it. Okay, fantastic. Phew. Okay, yeah. Thank you to those of you, by the way, in the comments that actually mentioned how I can change my weapon, because last time I was like, oh, I can't change my weapon. But yeah, you actually can. I was just being a little bit silly about it. And you just have to lower your weapon, holster it, and then get it back out. And then you're like, yeah, there we go. Got a big weapon. Yeah, don't look into that. That's a bit of innuendo there. Yes, anyway, let's see what we can do. Here we go. Okay, so our units are running past. Okay, there you go. Kill that one. Thank you very much. I was just like, they're just running past him. How dare they run past him? Can they please kill him? Yes, I would appreciate it. Alright, so here we go. Ooh, this is the R3. This is the first time we've actually used something like this. This is an insane weapon. Wow. It really has a huge kick to it. Not that much accuracy, I gotta say, which is a little bit of a change from what I was using previously. But that's exactly what I mean, though. With these new customizations, let's say some of our guys are gonna die in this particular engagement. And that's gonna make things a lot harder. Because they're FCA Grenadiers. How am I going to get those guys back? I'm not going to get those guys back without merging more FCA Grenadiers into the squad. And so it really does make a huge difference on your squad efficiency and being able to keep them running at a decent level, you know? Because they're not going to be the same after taking a casualty. You're going to have to put someone else into that squad. And that's going to be pretty difficult. It's going to be pretty difficult to deal with. Okay, so could I... Yeah, I think I'm just getting used to this weapon. There we go. I think I'm actually getting used to it a little bit more now. Huge amounts of fire going on around us. And I'm probably going to have to give Anna, or Beauty in our case, a new weapon. I think that's probably going to make a quite big deal. Because right now she's using a KA-13 as far as I'm aware. Oh, these guys are running. I'm not going to allow you to run, thank you very much. Is he just crouching? Yeah, he's just crouching. He's like, I'm going to crouch and hopefully you're not going to see me. But no, I actually did. I saw his sneaky ways. There we go. Okay, so we've eliminated all of those. Have we? Oh, no, there's some more over there. Alright, whoa, this muzzle velocity is crazy. It has 2,500 muzzle velocity, and I'm not surprised that it is absolutely amazing with its, I mean, yeah, the accuracy of it, probably not the greatest thing ever, but, well, I think it's still pretty good. It's probably one of the best medium range weapons you're gonna get, because, let's face it, it does 65 damage per shot, which is amazing. It really is. So if you can use it in a medium distance setting, I think you're going to be in with a fantastic weapon right here. Obviously it is not as good as the KA-5, which is what I was using before in terms of accuracy from long range, as far as I can see right here. And by the way, our FCA Grenadiers did just level up. But that's my point. Basically what the new squad system is going to be doing is it's going to be making you much more, shall we just say, you're going to value the lives of your squads much more than you do now, because in previous episodes I've been like, oh, ha ha ha, I can just send these squads in and it doesn't matter at all because I can just swap in some terrorists or some bandits that I've rescued or taken prisoner or whatever the case may be, and at that point it doesn't matter because you're just going to be getting a whole bunch of units and just replicating them. You're just replicating them like they're clones of some sort, you know? So it's very easy to not have... Yes, I don't have night vision goggles, thank you. But yeah, the point is that it's going to create much more attachment and you're going to be much more careful with your units as well, because you're not going to want to lose that Spec Ops unit or, you know, anything like that. Like, for example, look at that. Okay, so I've just lost 2 FCA Grenadiers. This is a really good example of, you know, a difference in the new update when it comes, which is in a few days as far as I'm aware. So yeah, anyway, point is we have 2 slots, right? We have 2 slots in that squad, and what are we going to do with those 2 slots? Well, we're going to add some more people in, obviously, if we want that squad to continue operating. And well, we're going to need 2 people. So where are we going to get 2 people from? Well, we can either get 2 people from somewhere else, you know, so recruit someone else, like at a town or a mercenary, or rescue them, or whatever the case may be. And then you're going to be like, oh, okay, so I've got to level these guys up. And then you're going to have to level them up in that particular squad. So instead of me just, you know, clicking and dragging a whole bunch of units into those squads that have lost people, I'm gonna have to level up new recruits and be a little bit more cautious about what I do with the units in my command currently. So after this battle we're gonna just see an example of that. I mean, we've already seen that in previous episodes, but I just want to demonstrate that so that you can kind of see the differences between the new update and this one. Even though I haven't played the new update and I don't exactly know how it's going to be implemented, I am just assuming that this is how it is going to be implemented. And I think on the one hand, it's going to, as I say, foster much more close ties with your units. Of course, it might be cool if you could rename your units in some way. So maybe there is going to be a squad renaming sort of thing, so you can have Alpha, Charlie, Delta, and so on and so forth, and maybe something like that. Or you could just name it anything you like, so butter and milk and cookies and things like that. Maybe there's going to be a custom, custom renaming function or something like that. But otherwise, I'm going to kill this guy, thank you very much. Don't want to get killed by him, thank you. Alright, so we did actually get 14 kills there. But yes, otherwise we're going to have to be a little bit more careful going forward, because otherwise you're going to be in one of these. Oh, that's a nice mask. That is a very nice mask, and that is a wonderful army vest as well. Thank you very much. Wow, we gained some hugely good things from this. Very nice. Wow, I'm actually kind of surprised. Okay, so thanks very much for that. Anyway, yeah, so Of course, renaming your squads could be really cool, but otherwise, as you can see here, okay, so we got 3. They leveled up, so I'm just going to level... Oh, okay, well, never mind. Okay, I leveled them up. They are now FCA Juggernaut Squad. They have 10 stars. Isn't that crazy? Yeah, they leveled up twice. They leveled up twice in that particular fight. And these guys have also leveled up just from regular battles and passive experience. But you can see that what's going to happen is if I were to, let's say, with the new update, swap in these cultists. Let's say I'm going to do that. So I'm going to swap that in. And then instead of another Spec Ops squad member, I would have an Uman cultist in the Spec Ops squad. So that is, as far as I'm aware, how it's going to work in the new update. Tell me your thoughts on it. Let me know in the comments. I'm sure the developers, if they're watching this, are hopefully going to take a look at the comments as well. And if you'd like to, you know, suggest something, if you're playing along with me, then you can go to the Steam forums and do that as well. I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.